Hello and welcome to the H&M Show. Hello, everybody. I am Michael. Heather is out on leave. I don't know. She's always out on leave, whatever. I don't know. I don't know where she is. We lose her all the time. I don't know what's up with that. No. But every week we talk about, she always asks me a question, what does H&M stand for this week? And this one is, I don't really know how to incorporate H&M, but I think it's probably help and help Michael. Help and Michael. Because I'm so terrible with this Facebook stuff. So that's why I have Geeks on Tour with me right here, and here they are. Say hello to everyone, please. Jim and Chris, please say hello.
Hey, everyone.
Hi, everyone. Facebook is for fun.
Okay, I like that. That's what the F stands for?
Yeah.
Because a lot of people have other versions of that, I think, too.
Yeah,
So.
actually, Facebook is for friends.
There you go.
Fun with friends.
Nice. Nice.
As you wish.
That's right. Well, let's get right to it. Let's jump right in there because I know that there's some people that have asked some questions. I know in our community, and I gave you a little heads up with that, some of the questions, and we're not going to answer all of them, but we'll answer as many as we can. And then afterward, any community member is allowed to come in here. If you guys can stick around for maybe a little bit and just chat with them, we always allow them to come in and do that afterwards. So.
Sure.
That's what our goal is, and that's what our plan is. So I'm going to screen share your screen so you can get started, and you can go right after it and start off, Chris and Jim. Thanks.
Okay. Well, just a little preface here is that we are accustomed to dealing with beginners, and Facebook is kind of a different thing. So this is not a tips and tricks. I'm going to start off with just what is Facebook and its pieces, and then we will get to the questions that you had asked beforehand, and then we're going to make a group, right?
That's perfect. Yes, we are. Yes, I can't wait.
Okay.
Because I don't know how to do it. So
I have a few slides here just to introduce the topic, and then we'll get to the making the group and answering the questions.
Perfect.
All right, and Jim will just help. Jim will answer all the questions that I can't answer.
I'm the clicker here. That's my job. I have a very important job. So
Clicker's good. Clicker's good.
And I'll click. It'll work out really, really well.
Okay. So Facebook, it's 4 basic parts to Facebook: your profile, your newsfeed, business pages, and groups. And we'll deal with each one. I say Facebook is for friends. I love my computer because my friends live in it. Now, it has grown to encompass businesses and marketing and all that stuff, and that's where it gets not necessarily that nice.
Right, yeah.
But if you use it for friends, that's what it was originally intended for. I think the history is really fascinating. If you haven't seen the movie The Social Network, make sure to see it. Now, it's a movie. It's definitely been dramatized.
Mm-hmm.
Just a bit.
If you want the real story, here is a good book. And we read it cover to cover, and I just devoured every bit of it. I think it's fascinating. This kid, this Mark Zuckerberg, when he was just dropping out of college, is just brilliant. He's just brilliant in understanding what turns people on and how to tap into that with a web page.
You know, not everyone drops out of college at the same age.
And yeah, he is now worth $73 billion.
Yeah,
at least that's what Google says.
Crazy.
You got to believe the Google.
That's
now,
right.
One of the differences, one thing that I think it's important to realize about Facebook is it's real people. The internet in general, what did we used to say? On the internet,
no one knows your dog.
No one knows your dog, yeah.
And our dog had several blogs.
And he still does, and he's been gone for many years now.
That's funny.
He still has several Google accounts, but he does not have a Facebook account because Facebook is based on the rule that it is
Oh,
one person, one account, and you must be a real person and give your real names. Now, I know that you have a friend that uses a fake name on.
Oh, yeah, it can be done, but it is frowned upon. And if you get caught or somebody reports you,
right.
then they have the opportunity and yeah, if they want to, they can take it down. And I know that it has happened in some cases.
So it is against the rules, whereas in other systems, such as Google, it is perfectly within the rules to have as many identities as you
Aliases or
want.
whatever. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the other thing is you should connect with your real friends.
I think that's key.
It
Mm-hmm.
is not a popularity contest. You don't want, I mean, you can certainly, you can just accept every friend request that comes along and you can send out friend requests to everybody in the world and see
Right.
how many you can get. But
Right.
you won't be getting what is intended as the real value of Facebook.
Yeah,
The real
exactly.
value of Facebook is to connect with your real friends. So, like, because we do seminars in front of crowds of people, we get friend requests
A
from
lot.
people
Yeah.
who okay, we met them, yes, but
But
they're
they're
not
not
our
friends.
friends, and I just ignore them. Sometimes I feel like I'm not being nice, but
Really, it is for friends, the true friends. And that's how I like to use it.
that is what it's for.
Yep.
Very
Clickers,
good.
do your job.
Good
I'm working
good
on it. There
stuff.
we go.
Good stuff.
Now, here's something that I think is really important to know about Facebook is there is help. And I can't possibly answer everything. I look in help all the time. In the computer version of Facebook Help, it's up in the upper right hand corner. It's a question mark. It's a nice big little
Big little.
circle with a question mark in it. You just click on there and you have two choices. You can either type in a question or use some of the shortcuts, or you click on where it says Help Center, and that's where basically the instruction manual for Facebook is.
I have a real
And
quick question on that.
sure.
Is it very helpful? Some help on some of these platforms and things like that. It's just not that helpful. I mean, it truly isn't.
Yeah.
In your opinion, where does
Facebook's no different.
okay,
Some parts,
okay,
sometimes it absolutely gives me what I need, and other
okay,
times I go, well, where's the rest of
okay,
it?
okay, okay? That's fair. That's fair.
And then for the rest of it, there is a help community as well. But even same thing. I've there's 2 billion people on Facebook, so
Right,
imagine the
right.
community is going to be even more messy than in other
Mm-hmm.
systems.
Yeah.
But help is there, and you should use it.
Good.
All right, then on a computer, this is the menu you will see. The first thing where you see your little face and your name, that is how you get to your profile, also known as your timeline, and what used to be called your wall. If you used to hear people say, oh, just leave a note on my wall, but that term is gone now. It's your profile or your timeline.
Right.
Then when you click home, that's going to what's called your news feed. And I'll explain that a little bit more on the next slide too.
Okay.
Then you will be able to see everybody who has requested to be your friend on that one called friend request. Messages. I love the way you can send messages to anybody on Facebook there. Notifications, and there's that
Is that
question mark for
real
help.
quick? Is that
Yeah.
messages to just your friends or is that anybody?
It can be anybody, but only if that anybody has allowed others,
Public
not
messages.
their friends, to send them messages.
Okay. Okay. I just want to make.
That's a privacy setting.
Okay. I
Right.
just want to make sure. Okay. Okay.
And
Didn't mean to
then that
interrupt you. I'm
last-
sorry.
Huh?
I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just.
No.
Okay.
Hey,
That's what
it's your show, buddy.
I like how you handle your show very informally.
All right.
Go
Okay.
for it.
All right.
That last tiny little triangle is a very important one. That's the main menu. That's where you'll get to your account settings and all sorts of stuff. Okay. And if you have a if you have. Everybody has a smartphone or a tablet. This is completely cloud-based. So if you have the Facebook app on your phone, you are accessing the exact same system that you are when you're accessing it on a computer. It's just that the menus look different for the size of the screen. Okay, here's my little analogy. And we did our show a couple weeks ago on Facebook privacy, and I ended up coming up with, I thought about it and thought about it. And Facebook is like a community center where every person who is a member of the community center has their own locker. And that is called your profile or your timeline. You can post notes on the outside of your locker. That's what used to be called your wall. And if you do that, then those are visible by everybody, the public. But you give your friends a combination to get inside. And that's where you post everything that you really want anybody who is your friends to see. Groups are like meeting rooms. So you walk into this community center and you see walls and walls and walls of lockers, but then you also see some doors that are meeting rooms. And there's 3 kinds of those. Public. So a public meeting room is like when you're walking in the community center and in the middle of the hall, you see this glass windows. So you can, and it's open doors, and anybody can walk in and join that meeting and see what's going on and read the messages on the bulletin board. That is a public group. Then a closed group is a meeting room that has a closed door, but the name of the group is on the door. So you can see what kind of group is meeting in there, and you can knock and ask to become a member, to be let in. Secret group is a locked, unnamed door. So it's a meeting room for any group of people that want to get together and have a meeting room, but nobody know how can find out about it or see any of the messages in there unless they really know the people in the group and get invited in. Your news feed, this is the thing that is so uniquely Facebook. Your news feed is like a personalized newspaper that's handed to you when you walk in the door. So you walk in the door of the community center and somebody at the reception says, "Oh, hello, Michael Daniels. Here is your personalized news from the community center." So that will include information about your friends, any information from the businesses that you've liked, and then any information that Facebook wants you to have.
Yeah.
Because they are the publisher of this newsletter. So, and that's become the problem. It used to be that the only thing on your news feed was stuff that you really asked for from your friends and from the businesses. And you got everything you asked for.
Right.
Now, it seems like it's being overtaken by all the stuff that Facebook wants you to see. The ads and the memories.
Well, I think it was definitely overtaken that way, but it's kind of swinging back. They're trying to fix it a little bit because there was some push.
Yeah, that's been in the news just the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing.
Mark Zuckerberg specifically is admitting that the news feed has gotten out of hand.
Yeah.
And trying to bring it back. All right. So your profile is about you. And it's your profile, your basic information, and then it is your timeline, all the posts back through the years. I've been on it 10 years now, so I can see lots of stuff.
Okay, now I have to tell you, I have to stop you. Go back to that picture if you can, because I want to show you something. When I first saw this, I thought you caught like a shark or a whale with some lipstick on. I swear to goodness, when I first saw that, the way I looked at that, I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
Because the red side,
and it looks like a little fin. It looks like a little fin coming off. I just wanted to tell you that. I had to tell you that when I saw that. I was like, "Oh my God!" It looked like a little shark or something. I didn't know. But
So
anyway,
that is
go
our
ahead.
favorite thing to do. We kayak out into the ocean
That's
and we
awesome.
go scuba diving off the kayaks.
That's awesome.
Now, your news, so that's your profile. Your profile is about you. Your news feed is about your connections, your friends and your businesses. And this is an old screenshot here, but I just really like how it points out. See the red arrow down there by
Mm-hmm.
Ron
Mm-hmm.
Kennedy? It says a major earthquake today here in New Zealand. Currently 65 confirmed dead with still some trapped under the rubble.
Wow.
Ruth and I are fine. I think this is just a great example of the wonderful
Power.
power of
Yeah.
Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
Number one, I saw this post from a friend without even having heard the news yet. So I got my news from Facebook.
Wow.
Number two, I learned that Ron and Ruth were vacationing in New Zealand. I didn't even know that. And number three, I learned that they were fine. And he is able, with just a 30-second writing 2 sentences,
Yeah,
to
that's
inform all his friends and
awesome.
family that he's okay.
That is
You know,
just
in years
awesome.
past, you would have had to be on the phone for hours trying to think of anybody who would be worried about you.
True.
Yeah. Well, one of the new features, or fairly new features, that's been out a while now, is to mark yourself safe in these areas.
Oh, yeah,
where
yeah,
there
yeah.
are
I think I've seen
disasters
that.
and
Yeah.
devastation. So during the hurricanes, for instance, recently,
Mm-hmm.
you can mark yourself safe, and in earthquakes, volcano, that type of situation. So that came about because of this. And another aside there, Ron Kennedy is my friend. He is a man that I graduated high school with many, many years ago. And we got in touch. We got back in touch
That's
with one
great.
another because of Facebook.
Hmm.
Yes.
He was in the Navy. He retired from the Navy. He really did well. But he was out in California, still is. But now when we travel out there, we get to visit, and it's nice.
So that is the power of Facebook about real people.
Nice.
Your news feed is also called your home page. So it's not something different. When you click on home, it is your news feed is where you're going. And it shows your friends' information, any businesses you like, and plus anything that Facebook wants you to see, which is most of it now.
That's true. It's
Okay.
true.
Another power of it is you can interact. So it's not just getting a newspaper of news from your friends. You can post back. So this one is a friend who said where they're going to be, and I could comment on her post of where she's going to be and say, hey, there's a great state park nearby. You got to go.
Yeah, that's
So,
awesome.
now, how you make your connections is different depending on whether it's a person you want to connect with or a business or a public entity you want to connect with. So if it's a person, you click the button that says add friend. So you go to the person's profile and you click add friend. If it's a business, there is no add friend. You cannot become friends with a business, but you just click like, and that creates the connection. And a friend must be approved. You know, that's a two-way thing,
Hmm.
whereas a business doesn't. You click like, you've made a connection with the business. When you click add friend, you have to wait until that friend approves. Once you're all set up, you need to share your information once in a while. So this is just called the publisher, I think. You just click where it says, how are you feeling today, or something like that. And then you click post, and notice you can choose your audience. When you write something, you are in control of who can see it by clicking right there where the red arrow is pointing to friends. Click that drop down and you'll see public or close friends or whoever you want to share with. You can send messages. I mean, regular email is so last week. If your friends are on Facebook, you don't even need to know their email addresses. Just go to their Facebook page, click send message. You can even make a voice call or a video call, you know, without knowing their phone number. I really, that, and on a smartphone, that requires a separate app called Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
I really like Facebook Messenger. If you have a business or a club, you should have a page. So we dealt with now profile, newsfeed. Now pages are for businesses, clubs, or celebrities. It's really easy. You just click on a link that says create page. And they are completely public. There's no privacy on, and that makes sense, right?
No, sure.
Yeah, you
So
want to
then-
get it out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Back to my community center analogy, you walk in the community center, you see some closed doors, you see some meeting rooms, and then you see a little shop. That's a Facebook page. The shops
Gotcha.
are Facebook pages, whether they have anything to sell or they're just promoting. Should you have a website, or could you make do with a Facebook page? Most businesses these days have to have both.
Yeah.
Then lastly, and here's where we'll go on and actually make one, is groups. And they are kind of a newer, I don't think there were groups when Facebook first started.
No.
Yeah, 10 years ago, there were not groups.
Hmm.
They're a relatively new thing, but they're really taking off. So groups provide a space to communicate about shared interest. Just like you mentioned, Michael, that's like the communities on Google+.
Yeah, and Google Plus, we use communities for that exact same thing. So I guess that's like their groups. So that makes sense.
And in Google+, can they be either public or private?
Yes, absolutely. We have a
Yeah.
private one that we use as our intranet within our company, completely private, only us, and no one can add anybody. Then then I'm a member like in the user to user with Andrew. We started a long time ago, completely public. People can come in. They just have to be approved to get in. So it's really nice to have that, both the combos.
Right. So in Facebook, there's 3 types. They're called public, closed, and secret. In public, that's that glass-walled room with the open doors that anybody can come in and out and see anything that's inside. Closed means anyone can see that it's there, so they can search Facebook for a group and they will see the group if it's closed, but they would have to ask to join, and they can't see any of the information that's been posted inside the group until they're a member.
Right.
Then secret is nobody can even find it. And yeah, like Jim and I started a secret group a couple of years ago for just Gemini.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, we know that if we post something in there, it's our little notepad, our little private notepad for keeping stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, I actually created a community in Google Plus that is strictly mine. It's private, and I use it as my DVR. So if I see a neat article or something, I just post it into that community, and I just have a running thing. I can go back and read it at my leisure and that kind of stuff. So I use it as kind of like what you just said, a melting pot. Google Keep, I do the same thing, but if I want to do it on Google Plus, I just have it there. Even if it's a website, I just bring it in and just drop it in there, and then I go back and read it in there. So.
So you mean you have a community of one?
And, yep, I sure do. My only friend.
All right. So
How do you solve arguments?
Well, that's easy until I start answering myself. Then I start getting problems. But
So to make a group, right up on the menu, there is a create a group option, and it will ask you to enter a name, pick a group type, and that's what's listed right there. Those, 12, 15 different types. Set the privacy to one of those 3, add a photo, and add members.
Great. Is that what we're going to do?
If
You
want
ready
to
to
do that, yeah.
I
For
am.
you to share your screen.
I am.
You
All
can
right.
delete them too.
All
You
right.
can delete groups, yes.
All right, my screen is on. Now you're not going to see it though, okay?
Right.
So you're not going to see it. But here, hold on a second. I'm going to try and make it so you can see it. Hang on one second for
Should
me,
we
okay?
stop sharing ours?
No, you can keep yours there. It's fine. I'm going to make it so you can see those. Hold
Oh,
on
well,
just a
or
second.
here, I could.
No.
I
I
could
don't want you to
watch
do
you
it.
on another
No, I don't
computer.
want you to do it that way.
Okay.
I'm going to
He
do
wants
it.
to
So,
do it this way.
yeah,
All
so
right.
you can
He's
see.
showing off here.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm showing off, but Let's see. I think it's this one. It is this one. Now I can go here.
Push the right buttons.
That's right. Well, I have to remember which button does this do, or what is it?
What
Whatever.
does this button do?
Yeah, what does this button do? Okay, so now you should be able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, hang on. I have to admit.
Let's see
That's
if we
fine.
can see it if we can see it bigger.
Okay.
Okay, good enough.
And I can, if you need me to resize that for you guys inside here, I can do that. Here, let me go like that. Is that better?
Yeah, it helps.
Okay. How's that? Better?
Okay. Yep.
All right.
Yep, I can see it.
Okay.
So, to create a group, step
Mm-hmm.
1, you need to click on the menu, and that's just the little down arrow in the top
Right
right.
here. Okay.
And you should see create a group.
Create group. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, not a page. Remember, a page is
Right.
for business.
Right.
And you got to give it a name.
So we're going to do the game show group. Oops, let me spell it right.
Now I'm on another computer here. I'm going to search and just make sure that there's not,
Okay.
because this question came up on our
Okay.
show. Can you have a group with the same name as another group? And yes, it is possible. And so it's really not. They don't prevent it.
Okay.
And I see a group called the Ultimate Game Changer. Okay, nothing comes right up anyway, called just the Game Show group.
Well, good.
Okay, you don't, what is it, plus? You don't want to call it plus word?
I mean, because I'm going to play different games possibly, so I
Oh,
want to
okay.
make it. I want to make it so
Okay.
it has versatility
okay, so
there.
Game Show group.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the next step says add some people, but I think you can do that later.
All right, I'll do that later. And then I have to do whether it's closed, public, or secret. I want to do public, right? I want this to be out to everybody that can come in and
You
do
want
whatever.
it to be just wide open? Okay.
Yeah. Now let me ask you this: could I change it later?
Yes.
Oh, okay, great.
Yes. So you make it public, and
Okay.
it becomes a problem. You can close it down.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. Pin to shortcuts. That's where.
Yeah.
That's where you were telling me.
That's what you asked earlier. That will put it on the
Yes.
left-hand side of your home page.
Well, I definitely want to do that, and then hit create.
Yep.
Okay. Please add at least one friend to your group. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know Andrew Hatchett. He will
There
be
you
he will be a friend of mine for sure.
Yeah, he'll do anything you
I
want
know.
him to. He's
Oh, buddy,
that
there.
way.
Hit create. That's right. All right. So now, oh wow, now I have an icon that I can put there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you can change that later too.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
All right. I don't know what to put, but I'll just put a. What is this? This is Saturn. I'm going to
Oh,
put
not that
Saturn. Okay, not that one. Let me put.
Don't listen to him.
I can't think of game. All right, here. I don't know. This one? No, how about, I don't know. Here, okay. All right, I just picked something. I can change it later. Oh, wow, okay. Now I can personalize my group.
Yep. That's it. You now have a group. You
Really?
probably want, did you make a photo?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So upload a photo,
Yep.
and I think did it take me there? No. I'm going to go to Drive.
Now, and what we had already chatted about before is the size
Right.
of the photo. And there's a lot of conflicting information as to what size, but through trial and error, I found that a standard 16:9 ratio
So
works
let's see.
pretty well.
Like that. There it is. That's pretty good. That's pretty
Now, it looks
close.
like some of it, 16:9. It cuts it off at the top. Now you can drag it around. So if you want
Oh.
the game show,
Oh, yeah.
there you go. And can it drag down at all? Just left and right.
Just left and right now because the
Okay.
size I have,
Okay.
but that's
So-
okay.
and-
That's
and-
close enough. I can edit that.
You can change this later too. So
Yeah.
if,
So save change.
yep.
Okay. All right, there we go. So that makes this is it. And then people can post on here then as well, right?
Absolutely.
So like my sister, I can add her. Is that adding members? Is that what you're doing when you're doing that?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Nice.
And now, as soon as let me think here. As soon as you add them, they are members of the group. But
Nice.
they should see something in their timeline informing them that they've been added, and they have the option to
Oh,
accept
okay.
or reject.
Okay.
But just by doing that, you have added them.
Okay. Nice. Wonderful. Well, that was
And
easy.
you might want to put in a description. And now that you're in the group, the way you change things
Was it under more?
is, do you see a more
Yes.
menu?
Manage
Okay,
group,
more,
edit group
and then
settings.
edit group settings
Okay.
is where you have the option to put
Oh,
in
yeah,
a
the description. Mm-hmm.
And if you have a Facebook page that you want to be related to this group,
I do.
you can put that in there too. Under linked pages.
Okay, this is great. So link your page. Okay. So if I go right here, Game Show Fun, link it. Nice. Okay. Very nice. Oh, look at there. And I have right here a message. Jim Gold, which is back behind you guys on my screen. So I have to move that. Jim Gold asked to join the game show. So I can click it, and I can probably go and check and see if, there we go. And I can approve. Nice. Russ Worthington did the same thing. Approve. Nice. I love it. So some people out there are actually doing this. So this is great.
Cool.
Discussion. So I can go to discussion. I can go to this. Okay, nice. This is really quite cool. Look at there. Looks like you're adding comments, or at least I'm hearing it that way. Yep, I've been admitted. Andrew says, "Yep, I've been admitted." Is it like is it like this insane asylum or what? That's awesome. Oh, Pat.
He knows I'm kidding.
Pat Richley Isaacson. She just did. I love it. See, people are asking to join now. This is great. This is so cool. People live are doing this. Sheila asked a question out there. Can pages ask to join?
No.
Okay.
Now I'm 80%.
Now you can. No, I'm pretty sure you can't.
Yeah, it's in fact, a page is not.
It's not an entity.
Yeah, a page is not an entity of itself. A page has to be created and managed by a profile, by a person. So the same thing. It is a person that is the basic entity throughout all of Facebook.
I got you.
So I'm pretty sure that the answer to that is no.
Nice. That's awesome. So it has about section. Yep, members. Got 7 members already. How about that? That's because of you guys out there. I love it. Thank you guys. And Pat asks out there, this is kind of a good question. Video is not possible for a cover photo. Is that correct?
Well, I think it is, but it's a relatively new capability.
So specific
and it's not
people
available to everybody yet.
Right. Okay. I got you. So it's
that's what I think is going on, because somebody's, yeah.
Great.
Because I heard that you could do a video for a cover page, but I went to mine and I cannot.
You could not. Okay.
I did research it a little bit. I think it's just being rolled out.
Let me ask you this. It says create an event. Does that mean like a video live event type thing?
An event is a calendared item.
Okay.
And you can invite people and they can RSVP to it. But it seems to be almost exclusively a live event at a physical location.
Okay. Okay.
Which seems kind of stupid to me for an online thing. So yes, you absolutely can use it to specify an online event.
Right. But not to do a live event, right? If I wanted to do the game show right here, I couldn't just start it from here. I have to go over to that page and do
yeah,
it from
correct.
there.
Create an event. Yeah,
Okay.
is very different from it is over in Google Plus.
Okay.
Yeah, an event here is a calendar item.
Okay. That makes sense. That's fair. All right. And I can manage the group. Okay. Admin, allow, and approve, all this kind of stuff. Nice. I can add photos or see
The purpose
photos.
of creating an event is to promote something in the future to let people sign up for it.
Okay. That makes sense. That's good. So I could put the link in a post or in that event or something for them to go join on Friday night. Here's where you would go watch the show. Something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. So that makes sense. Kind of like a calendar thing, like you said. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it's a calendar.
Well, that didn't hurt a bit. That was actually pretty good.
Right. That's why I say it is so easy. The work in a group is monitoring the posts, and you can add more managers to the group, more admins, moderators.
Mm-hmm.
So like we belong to an RV group that has a couple 100,000 members.
Right.
And there are, half a dozen moderators continually telling people, no, you can't see that, and kicking people out.
That's pretty popular.
I noticed that, if you notice on my game show, I could do I did that custom logo for the game show itself. I'm trying to make sure I don't mess it up. This is a group. That's a page. The game show page has a custom icon. Can the game show group also have a custom icon? Could I change that here or something?
So?
I think it was just those choices. Remember when you're looking at all the icons and deciding which one? I think
it's only those.
I think that's all you get.
Okay.
There.
Okay. All right. So I can't.
No.
Good to know. Okay. Manage group, edit group settings. Nice. Unpin from shortcuts. Nice. This is great. Okay. So I have one. Okay. Just so you know, I have a Northwood Little League that I help them with their page. But as you can see over here in the shortcuts, I have how do I go and add that over there?
Okay.
Would I go to them?
So first of all, what you're looking at right now is your group.
Right.
So if you want it to be in one of your shortcuts, you need to click on home first.
Okay. All right. Or I hit the F. If I hit the F, it takes me back there. Yeah. That's the way I've always done it, but.
Perfect. I've never done it that way.
Yeah, that's the only way I knew for years.
What?
And he clicked on the F
I just
to get to home.
Yeah.
But over on the right, it also says home. Okay. So then you see a shortcut section. If you hover over where it says shortcut.
Yes. And then edit. Mm-hmm.
And then you should now be able to see
Northwood
all
Little League
of your groups and pages.
Okay.
And if you find the one that you want to be in your shortcuts,
pin it to the top.
then pin it to the top. Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. So our company, I can put that pin to the top. Nice. Okay. I like that. All right. Now, can you only pin pages? Oh, no, there's a group there. My group's there, too.
There's groups there, too.
Nice.
Just not, this is just
okay.
Organizations, groups and pages.
What about a page or a group that I'm not associated with or that I've liked?
You have to like it in order for it to show up in this list.
Let me see if I can find one then, because I know that I've liked them. See, and it's not showing up here. Okay.
Now, have you liked Geeks on Tour?
Yes, he has.
Oh, okay.
I have.
I checked.
Yeah.
Just recently,
just now,
though.
just tonight,
Just
yeah.
recently.
But did it show up?
Yeah.
Is it there? See, I don't see it here. No Geeks on Tour in the list that I'm going through. That's what I'm saying. Some of these.
Okay, how about at the top where it says search? See if.
Okay.
Huh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not doing anything.
It's not coming up.
That's what's odd to me, because I would like to have. There's a couple of them that I follow, like Live Streaming Pros. I've been following them for years, or since they started. I shouldn't say years. I don't know how long they've even been in existence, but I don't know why they won't come up over here, because I'd like to be able to just go over them and check their page or their group.
Right. Well, you absolutely should be able to. How about down under Explore where it says Pages?
Okay. I'm not sure where.
And this, I think,
Pages.
is all of. Oh no, that's
just ones that I have.
Your pages.
Yeah.
Yeah. Never mind.
Okay.
Or no, then there's up at the top. There's a menu that says Liked Pages.
Okay, let me go to Pages. Oh yeah, Liked Pages. Oh wow, yeah, there you go. All kinds. There we go. Like this one, Live Streaming Pros.
There you go.
But then does it give you?
But it doesn't give me any option to. It just says liked. But it doesn't. I can't add it to that. In your news feed, see first. Notifications. No, I don't care about that. Following. Yeah, I don't know why I can't.
Yeah, I sure thought that all the pages that you've liked should go to some of your pages. Selected automatically by default, but you can pin something to your shortcut so that it's always shown.
Not sure.
I don't know.
All right, well, at least I got those right there, the ones that I am kind of a member of or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So that's kind of good. Good stuff. All right, I'm going to go out real quick to commenting. I'm just going to switch off of this page and go to commenting. You're still seeing what I'm seeing, but lots of people out here, and thank you all for coming. I got Mark Barris, Bill Graham, Sheila Hensley's out there, Andrew Hatchett, and Pat Richley Erickson, Cousin Russ. I can't speak tonight. We had Richard Clarkson, Ross Boundy came in. Got all kinds of people, so this is great. And I hope anybody at Lowland Fogelsang, I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Lowland and Richard.
We know you guys.
Yeah,
there you go.
You guys.
So yeah, all kinds of people coming and socializing, putting some stuff out there, some really good comments. We've been able to implement those into the show and add those in. Questions? You had a couple set of preset questions. You want to get to those? We want to do that, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah, you told me some that came in before.
Yeah, this is something that we had.
The first one was about videos on profile covers, and yeah, I think that's just being rolled out. Second question was, is there a Facebook help forum where users can ask technical questions? And yes, if you go to that help, one of the options under help is a forum, and whether it's useful or not.
Yeah, that's with the big question mark, right? Yeah, that was a quick help.
Now, actually, I don't see it right in the list. Maybe you have to go to some kind of. If you go to help center,
yeah,
and you look for a question, then you will be offered to post in the in a
area.
forum.
Okay. Nice.
There is absolutely a forum. Okay, and the next question: how many individual users can participate in a Facebook Live broadcast on screen? Well, it started out, and it's still basically just one. It's just. It started out, in fact, that you could only do a Facebook Live using a mobile device.
Smartphone or a tablet.
Yeah, now you can do it on a computer, and we do one every week, Thursdays at 5. And recently, we have been offered the ability to invite in one person. So far, we have not been successful at getting it to work. But
we'll keep trying.
But I don't.
And I have not seen anyone actually.
Yeah, I haven't either.
I don't watch a lot.
It's brand new to have more than one, and I don't think that there's even any possibility of having more than an invitee, the producers and an invitee.
Yeah. So far.
And number 4, I just saw the snooze features available on post and shared posts in my stream. Is this new? Yeah, it's a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah, it basically lets you hide the posts from somebody that's gotten out of hand politically, religiously, whatever. You're just tired of listening to their stuff or seeing their stuff because you don't want to unfriend them or even unfollow them, but it just puts them in snooze for about a month and you don't
Okay.
see their stuff for a while.
Just
Yeah.
go to your corner.
Yeah,
say
just time out. I need
30
to
days.
get away.
Yeah. So snooze
that
carry for
person.
30 days. Gotcha.
Okay, now this 5th one, I noticed group suggestions like friends who like my page. There are 33 members. I put up a cover photo and a description. I did not add these 33 people, but I assume I should be careful not to post too much in this Facebook created group. Well, hopefully whoever asked that question has gotten their answer now. It depends on the type of group. If it's a public group, then yeah, whatever you post there can be seen by anybody.
Mm. And lots of
If it's a closed or a secret group, it can only be seen by the members of that group. But if you have members of the group who aren't people that you really know, then yeah, you better be careful what you say.
that's true.
Yeah, we always say anything that's put up there has the potential of being shared to unintended recipients.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did our episode number 132 of our What Does This Button Do show is all about who can see your stuff. And we went into that
pretty extensively, and we did some demo with people who were friends and who are close friends and who weren't friends with one another to see how tagging worked and how posts work and how you can even take some things away.
But then our last caveat is if even just one person can see it, there is the possibility that one person can copy or take a screenshot of where it is and then share it wherever else. So,
Oh, wow.
So you still don't want to post things online at all.
Think.
Yeah,
if
think
they would
before you
be in
do it.
jail.
Yeah, that makes
Especially.
that makes sense. That makes total sense.
Here's a good one, and I'd like for you to screen share on this one. On
Okay.
pages,
Mhm.
how do I get the discussions to come up first? I'm using the default template. Yeah, so can you bring up, is that your page?
Plus word page, yes.
Michael?
Yes.
That is a page? Okay. Then up towards the top,
Mm-hmm.
I need to get one of my pages up. You should see a edit or settings. You see settings on the top right menu.
Yes.
And then
Messages.
I can't read it.
I'm sorry.
Uh,
Let me see if I can't zoom in a little bit for you guys to see.
well,
There, that's better.
I can. Okay. Page visitor messages tagging another thing. Page location. I don't see it. Hold on a second. There is a menu option to change the menu order. All right. So what we're talking about is on every page, there is a menu at the left where it says home and post and reviews and videos,
Mm-hmm.
and you can control the order of that menu. If you go to settings and
I was looking at under messaging instead of general.
no, it's okay. We went to settings. Now at the very left, you see general and messaging, edit page. That's what
Okay,
it is.
edit page. Okay.
Edit page.
Okay.
And then scroll down a little bit.
Posts.
And you see all the menu items, and you see that little 3-line handles that you can drag the menu items up or down.
Mm-hmm. So that shows
So
you
if
what's.
you wanted videos to be the number 1 menu item, you would
Okay.
just grab those 3 lines and drag it up to the top.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's what this person's question was about.
Okay.
How do I get discussions to come up first? So you would just drag discussions to the top.
Okay. I got you. So I'm just dragging those around wherever I want. Got it.
Or posts would be there's nothing called discussions, but I think posts is what they're talking about.
Okay. There we go.
Okay.
I think we're pretty much, we're pretty much,
we're done.
yep.
We're
We're going to finish up here. I really do. You guys know how much I love having you on, and I really appreciate you guys coming and doing this kind of stuff because it helps me every time. It always helps me learn a little bit more. So it's kind of selfish, but I know there's people out there that want to know it too. And I know some people have asked some more questions. Those of you that are in the community, join our community, come in, and you can come and talk to these guys for a couple minutes or so, however long they're willing to stick around. Come in and talk to us and chat with us. I really do appreciate it. Just a quick thing I'm going to go over just quickly. I wanted to, let me see if I can find it real quick. 2 things this week that I wanted to bring up. I think it was 2 things I just want to say. This is on tech in the news. Okay, so I wanted to get those. Here we go. Got them. 2 things that I thought was really cool and I wanted to bring up. So I'm going to bring those up and then we'll go right to the credits and we'll bring people in. But I wanted to do this because I always kind of fill you guys in with a little tech going on. Smart displays by Google Assistant. This is a brand new thing where they actually have a thing that has smart displays along with your Google Home. Really interesting. I saw an article on it. I'll have it in the community. I'll put that in the community, the post about that. Also, Amazon Go store with no checkout. I just saw this article too where you can go in, you can pick stuff off the shelf, you go through these little scanners, go out, and you can go shop without even, and it automatically sends you a bill and charges your card and everything else. Really kind of cool. Neat stuff.
They actually opened one this week.
Yeah, exactly. Finally, they say, after much time, they finally got it open. So so it's open. One last time, thanks again, and I'm going to start the closing credits. Thanks, folks.
Well, thank you. This is
bet.
always fun.
You bet. Let's see. I should be.